Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tamsho, and if you haven't seen my face for the first time, thank you for stopping by. If you are returning, thank you for coming back again. For those that haven't subscribed, please press the subscribe button, press the notification bell beside it so you can get notified whenever I post any video. So today's video, story time. Story. So basically this video is relaying my experience wrong diagnosis that I was given by the doctor at the hospital when I felt ill, and I'm relaying my own experience and some of my friends' experience. If if this video is something you'll be interested in, definitely keep watching. In this video, I'm starting off with my own experience, and then I'm just going to do two of my other friends. Real story, real life experience, no format, no sugar added, no salt added. Real life. I'm telling you as it happened. I'm telling you my experience. So it was in March, before lockdown started. Corona was already outside by then. It was in March. I remember vividly, it was on a Monday. I started feeling some kind of pains around my lower abdomen, and I felt I'll be good. I'll use PC and I'll be good. I remember a friend came to visit me that day, and I was telling her that my tummy is aching me and all that. No, I wasn't down. It wasn't such a big deal, and it wasn't a persistent pain. It was come and go kind of pain, so I could live with it. Okay, well, it happened. Started on Monday. No, it started on Sunday actually, but I started noticing it on Monday. Tuesday, I still lived with it. During the day of Tuesday, I still lived with it. But you see, middle of the night, I couldn't sleep. Usually, I'm a late night crawler, whatever. I don't sleep easily. I don't sleep on time. So I remember that day was around 1. I was still up, and then the pain just suddenly became unbearable. As in, I'm like, why? What's happening to you, Dami? I use pain relief. It relieved me small. It felt like after like 30 minutes that the pain relief wears off. The pain is 200 again. I was trying to manage till morning, like manage yourself, Dami. You can do this till morning. You can do this till morning, and in the morning you go to the hospital. Fam, at about 3:30, I couldn't take it anymore. We needed to go to the hospital. But first, I've started my own experience, but I've realized that when something is wrong with you, depending on the kind of thing, if it's not an emergency, mine was not an emergency. I just needed to go to the hospital because the pain was becoming unbearable, and like I said, I was using pain relief intermittently, and it was relieving me little by little. So I've come to learn that if you are going to the hospital for some certain things, or if you are going to the hospital and they need to conduct a scan or test or anything on you, get a second opinion. So what I did was I went to a diagnosis center first, did like abdominal scan, like did every form of abdominal scan, pelvic scan, abdominal something. I think maybe there are like 4 of them. Blood tests, sugar counts. I did everything, and in everything there was no big deal. Yes, there wasn't big deal in the results. The lady just explained that it was like a small cyst because it was after my period. This is not TMI, because it was after my period, so my cysts were bigger, and then after this thing needs to go down. It happens to a number of us. She said I should just use pain relief and it will go down after a few days. And I'm like, okay, but I still need to get a hospital, whatever you are saying, because hello, you're not even a doctor, but you are talking based on your what you can say and your experience. I'm like, okay, thank you very much. Took the results to an hospital. This hospital tested well. I'm not going to mention names here. Well tested from the above, tested from the gods. A very renowned gynecologist in this Lagos. So, renowned old man, but when you see some old gynae, they are the ones that know work. All those old gynae. So the man did some what they call it, examinations on me and all that, and then the man said it was appendicitis that it needed to be removed like urgently, like ASAP. And the way he said it was so scary. Oh, the appendicitis can burst anytime. You need to remove it. You need to do this. You need to do that. He has already called the nurse because it's like a family hospital. He had already called the nurse. Go and prepare the room. Go and prepare the theater. We are really nine. I know. And I'm just like, come, what's happening here? As in, is it me that? Is it me that wants to do operation? As in, what's going on? And then I showed him the results from the diagnosis center. This result does not say anything. This result does not see any appendicitis. The man said, no, that there's some scans, something. Apparently, he didn't use a scan, he used his hands to check. So, he used his hand because he's experienced and all that. The man check, say, no, he's experienced, he has seen this thing, he has seen it very well. Anything can happen, the appendicitis can burst at any time. You guys should be ready. We're about to pay. When Anna called my sister and explained, okay, this is the thing that is going. My sister said, that's not appendicitis, is to do something. But apparently she has experienced it, so she knows what it is, and she's also in the medical line. So in fact, reverse, she was the one that told me to go to the diagnosis center for going to the hospital, so I can have an understanding of what the doctor is going to tell me. So I called her. She said, it's not possible. That's not appendicitis to do somebody something. That's, with the way I'm even describing the pain, is at the wrong side. That's not where appendicitis is. I know you guys, we can't really rely on Google like that. So my mind was not even to whatever Google said. So we went to another hospital, second opinion. We got to the second hospital. The man checked the results that I brought from the diagnosis center. He said, okay, no, I didn't tell him I was coming from another hospital. I just said I wanted to get his opinion about this result. The man checked, there's nothing wrong with you. The man did the scan. They did blood tests. They found out that it was just infection. Guys, it was just an antibiotics infection. Like, infection that 3 days antibiotics would solve. That's what a renowned gynae in this Lagos wanted to lay me on his surgical bed, cut me open, remove my appendicitis and eat it. You guys, it was not funny. As in, I was traumatized. I'm like, as when the man was talking about it, I'm like, is this me? Is it me you people want to cut? Just like that? As in, I'm so glad that in the nip of time, my sister called and she said, get a second opinion. Surgery is not something you can just, thankfully, to God be the glory. I got a second opinion and I realized that 3 days injection took care of I didn't even need to swallow. Of course, I really like injection, just one. You are done. Not the one that they'll give you drug, morning, afternoon, night, 8 hours. All those 3 days, no. One injection per day. I was good. And nothing like that afterwards. That's my own story. So let me tell you my friend's story. 2 of my friend's story. So this part, I'm not mentioning any hospital because these hospitals that it has happened to, this hospital that this incident happened are very like big hospital in Lagos, as in like popular, renowned hospitals in Lagos. So let me put my opinion aside till I'm done with these stories. So my friend, she gave birth, I think 3 months check or something that they used to do for babies. They went to the pediatrician, he checked in the hospital, the pediatrician said the baby has a hole in her heart that they need to do a surgery. They've arranged surgical bed, as in they prepare theatre. I don't understand how these people used to do it. They just tell you surgery and they expect you to just wear the whole armor of surgery and go on. Okay, I remember that I was telling that other doctor that I'm not ready to. Okay, how I left the hospital when he said they are ready for the surgery once I'm ready. I'm like, excuse me, sir, please, I'm not ready for surgery. I need to prepare myself emotionally, spiritually, physically. As in, I can't just come to the hospital just like that. I didn't come in as like emergency. I should explain to him that I'll be back in 2 days. I will have gotten myself. I will have prepared my mind to do the surgery. And I asked him like, how many days will I be in the hospital? I said 3 to 4 days. That papa in 30 minutes is done. By the next day I'm standing, I'm walking, but they have to. I say, excuse me, Oga, I don't say you don't know what you're doing, but just give me 2 days. Let me go and prepare my mind. So that's how I left the hospital that day. I went to there because room was waiting for me. Executive room was waiting for me because, like I said, it's a family doctor. Executive room was waiting for me. Surgery room everything was ready. I just needed to carry myself, and I'm like, nah, G, I didn't plan this. I know you don't plan there are some things you don't plan that just happen, but that was not in my agreement with God. Please, we have some understanding. This was not part of it. So that's with my story. So she went to the hospital. They did heart check for the baby and found out the baby had a hole in her heart. Oh, it's time for surgery. Oh, this, oh, that. So I started crying. No worried. A mother with the 3 months, she just went for a regular checkup now, and you're telling her it's time to cut her baby's heart open. Not even stomach, not even heart, as in no. And then luckily for her, because she's also in the medical field, she couldn't make a decision at that moment because she was tensed. She called some friends, go to like the same thing that happened to me. Go to a diagnosis center, do this scan, have a second opinion. Lo and behold, she went to a diagnosis center, very popular one too. She went there, they did the heart check, everything. The pediatric radiographer, no, it's not radiographer they call, it's x-ray that radiographer. This one is heart scan, whatever. The pediatric person there, now said, nah, this hole is not a big deal now. That she has seen several ones that several people, like in her experience, their years of experience, she has seen plenty holes that some children have those skin, and in another 3 months, before they are 6 months, the thing will have cleared. That they should give it a time. They should chill and come back and do the scan when the baby is 6 months and see what it is. From then they can make a decision, but it's not best to do such a thing at that moment. She said, okay, thank you, ma, God bless you and your family. They went to another diagnosis center. They said about the same thing too, that this hole is not the one that is life threatening. It's a tiny one. Need to close back. Some babies have it, some this. Same thing. She said, thank you, God bless you and your family. God bless you, thank you for your generation. She carried her child back home. She nursed that baby. Lo, brethren, after 6 months, they went for another checkup, and behold, no hole. Hole half closed. So imagine, just imagine, she would have done that surgery if she did not get somebody to advise her to go for a second opinion. 2 stories, right? Second opinion, very important. Apart from second opinion, going to a diagnosis center first. 2 stories. So now to the third one, the most recent that happened. In short, this my friend's story that gave me the courage to talk about this. It's not funny, but what shall we do? So, another big hospital, as a mighty big hospital. She wasn't feeling too well. She was vomiting and all of that good stuff. She went to the hospital. They did check, they did scan, she did everything to her. And they came to the conclusion that it was appendicitis. So they did, I can't remember the name, but there's a name they call the removal of appendicitis from the body. And I start it on the screen. They did that surgery for her, after the surgery, like basically like after the surgery, maybe like when she woke up, the pain she was having before, the vomiting, the everything, all the goddamn symptoms that she had before multiplied like times 1 million. Hospital, what is happening here? They check, did not see what was happening. They check, did not see what was happening. And they were pumping her with drugs that were not helping matters. So it was weakening her, it was affecting her. Babe was bedridden for like 3 weeks in the hospital because the hospital kept saying they are checking what was wrong with her, they did not see what was wrong with her and all that. The good people of her family members, because she is not in the same state with her family, so she basically took herself to the hospital that, let me go and take care of myself. I'm working, let me not die of, let me take care of myself. She took herself to the hospital. After the good members of her family saw that our baby girl is not doing good, let us find solution. They carry the baby girl to General Hospital. By the time they go to the General Hospital, another state, are like close to the family, they found out that it was just an infection, and an infection that was wrong with her. So apparently they had opened her up, they had removed the appendicitis. She went through 3 weeks of unbearable pain, vomiting, stooling, every goddamn thing you could think of. She went through 3 weeks of such pain, and her symptoms that she had before got worsened. The drugs they were giving her worsened the situation, so she was never herself. So she was bedridden for about 3 weeks. By the time they got to the hospital, to the other general hospital, they found out that it was infection, but the drugs had already caused more damage to her. So she spent another 1 month or so in the hospital, or I don't know how long, but she spent another long time in the hospital. And what was wrong with her did not even deserve a surgery. Just drugs, injection, baby girl, and drip. Stephanie. So 3 weeks of pain, 3 weeks of discomfort, 3 weeks of waste of money, 3 weeks of loss of body parts, all for nothing, all for absolutely nothing, all because an hospital just wants to make money, all because the doctor was in a target and he was on a target, and he needed to meet his target. Why? Apparently these 3 hospitals, I kid you not, guys, I kid you not, these 3 hospitals, one of the best hospitals in Nigeria. 2 are very popular, one is low-key, but even the low-key one, very big, very massive, trained doctors, trained surgeons. Why? Very expensive. The 3 of them, absolutely very expensive. My question now is, why do doctors feel the need to sharply cut somebody open? Why do they put so much of people's life at risk like that? I don't know what to say. Why make people go through such pain just because you guys want to make money, just because you want to hear pam pam in your account? Imagine you are calling me. Why do hospitals need to go through this? Why do hospitals do this? So that's my near surgery experience in Lagos, Nigeria. I hope you guys have learned the most important lesson in this video is, if for any reason, we all don't pray to fall ill, but it happens, you fall ill, you go into the hospital and they tell you that it's surgery that is the solution to your sickness, please, fam, get a second opinion. It's not going to take anything from you. I'm not including this my friend in this thing, but ours was just like series of tests that she wanted to do and get confirmation. She did like 4 he went to like 3 different hospitals, and one hospital did unnecessary tests. By the time she got to the other hospital, it was just one test they did and found what that other hospital used like 10 different tests to get. She did went to another hospital and it was just one test that gave them that result. Why do hospitals need to put people's life at risk because they want to meet targets? Please be careful out there, be safe, and I love you. Thank you for stopping by. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let's hear your own hospital experience. Till the next time.